Dude, what's going on? It's your boy Alpha. So I'm back following up on this last video I just posted about the Sony X900h receiving an update today. Now I do have a video clip on my phone that I will be showing you guys. This is off Reddit's forums, and also I've done my research and also called Sony myself, and I will play this video. This is what is currently happening with the newest firmware update released today, and then we'll discuss about it. I think that's enough right there. So you can clearly, for all my audio files out there, you guys can clearly see that Dolby Atmos is not shaking hands with Sony X900h at this moment. It's a lot of cutting in and out. It's just not working correctly, and supposedly this is the same exact issue that people were having before updating with their consoles. Still doing the same thing. So now, before I even decided to do this video, for shits and giggles, I went and, because I've been playing the PS5 ever since I got it, and I paired it up with the TV. So I haven't really tried listening to Dolby Atmos. And so I went into the Netflix app, found a movie that had Dolby Atmos enabled. And indeed, I have the same issue. It's just no audio coming out. So it seems like all of them are affected. Not just I thought I was fortunate and lucky enough to not have any issues, but I am having issues when it comes to streaming apps on the TV itself. Not the PS5. PS5 is working perfectly fine. There's no issues coming out of there. So, but it seems like the issue is with eARC and and Dolby Atmos. They're just not shaking hands. It's not working out. So this is something that's, pretty, not disturbing, but, it has me on the fences because, they had issues already before. They released this update prior to PS5 coming out. And I believe that, they're probably releasing this update again today, thinking that they're fixing it, or it's been fixed. And because PS5 is coming out in other regions right tomorrow, they thinking it's fixed, and in reality it's not. People are still having the same exact issues. I did read, however, though, that some people are experiencing the same exact issues, and others are kind of like probably in my position where some things working and some other things aren't working. So that's a good thing to note, guys. So it's really not 100% working. Now, the conversation that I had with a Sony rep, and I spoke to a level 3 Sony rep because I had their number in my phone from the previous conversations that I had when I initially got the 4K 120 hertz to run on my Sony X900h and was having the blur issues. I did have a conversation with them, so I did save their number, gave them a call, and indeed we're not going to be getting ALM and VRR this year. We're going to be getting it how it says on the box, or that catalog that I showed you in the last video, spring 2021. So we can, by the grace of God, who knows if we end up getting it at the end of the year. I don't think so, especially with these issues still occurring with the eARC on this current last update that they've given us. So pretty concerning. So I don't think that they're going to be working on fixing up that VRR and auto low latency mode at the very moment, because they obviously have to work on the other updates that they've given us. The 4K. So, and then I also asked about the 4K 120 hertz blur. That something is supposedly that they're working on to launch by mid-December, the end of December. Again, on the fence about that, because they obviously weren't expecting this update today to still have issues. So things might get delayed. Who knows? Only time will tell. So for those, people, the Sony fans out there, I'm a Sony fan. I'm not a Sony huge fanboy, but I do love their quality stuff. They have a great, obviously have the PS5, their TVs, they've been in the game for a while. People are still rocking the Sony Trinitron, for God's sakes, and the shit's still working. Those are old ass TVs and they're still kicking. You know what I mean? But they excel in their colors and their vividness and contrast and gamma and all that stuff. I already mentioned that in the last video, but I don't know what I'm gonna do at this point, to be honest, because I did say when I first launched this channel about this TV, my biggest concern was the 4K or 120 hertz blur. Obviously, that's not a big, huge issue that we all thought it was going to be. It's not as blurry, from a viewing point, it's not blurry at all. You can't tell the difference unless you stick your face into the screen. But, I do, if I'm spending my hard-earned money, I do want to have a TV that's going to be functioning 100% with this new gen console. You know what I mean? I want to be getting the full perks. And lo and behold, I just read today that LG, they just released a firmware, a beta firmware at least, that and fixed the VRR issue they were having in 4K 120 hertz. So, LG's making strides right now, and Sony's kind of staying stagnant. They're making updates, but and they're listening to the people, but they're not fixing the issue. So, I'm more about solutions. So we'll see what happens, guys. The only good thing I can say about this update right now, because they pulled it out in the beginning of November, is that for those people out there that have this TV and don't have 4K 120 hertz unlocked at the moment, and if you're in North America, you can go ahead and, download it. If it's automatically going to your TV, that's great. If not, you can go ahead and pull it off the website and get it manually and install it manually into your TV. Me personally, I already have the firmware update in my PC, but I don't think that I'm going to be uploading it into the TV yet, because the only issue that I'm having right now is with Netflix, Dolby Atmos. But my gaming is working perfectly fine, and everything else I have to it is just the streaming apps that are coming out of the TV. So I'm wondering if it's something to do with the actual apps themselves on the TV, not like the apps in general, but the actual Android system. Who knows? Let's comment down below, like, subscribe, let's talk about it. I know you guys have some great feedback. A lot of you guys are really, really knowledgeable, and we're feeding off each other and learning off of each other, but it's pretty great. I appreciate you guys supporting the channel and liking and subscribing. I'll definitely put a video out there for, if I have enough requests and comments, I'll put a video out there later on tonight if you want, about how to go about updating your TV manually, if you really want to do it. If you don't have the 4K 120 hertz, I would suggest doing it, because 4K 120 hertz, other than the blur issue, at a close viewing distance, is working flawlessly. I can say that much. It's working perfectly fine. There's no issues. You have you have a little bit of pixelation going on when you look into, when you go up to the TV and you look at it, obviously on the texting side, but other than that, it works perfectly fine. It's fluid. I don't see any graphical changes, maybe a little bit when you actually walk into the screen. You can go back into my comparison video where, I put up those neon lights. You can see a little bit of different pixelations going around that light. But other than that, man, just let me know what you guys want to see. next, and appreciate you guys stopping by.